What are we saying, lads? Thought I'd bring you along for the final smoke. I don't know if you're familiar with that trap, but it's a few years ago I had a final zoot like every day for like multiple months. Like, this is the final smoke. And then I'd always have one more. Oh, fuck it, I'll have one last final one. I would call it the trap of setting dates. Like the New Year's resolution shit. My New Year's resolution failed like so bad. It's like I done like the opposite of what I set out to do, in a sense. That's kind of what I want to talk about on this, right? So it's kind of funny, to be fair. Look, just ignore everything that comes out of my mouth nearly. I feel like the value on my channel, a lot, if I can distill it, is anyone who's been through the psychedelic fucking astral travel shit. If you've been through that fucking hyper vibration, fucking infinite explosion of infinity, if that's happened to you and you had your mind blown by psychedelics in like some spiritual awakening thing, then likely you can maybe find value on my channel. Not that I am particularly high value. What I'm saying is that you can at least learn by my mistakes, at least, which I don't want to say that in terms of, because I set out originally on to talk on spirituality and personal development, but I kind of fell off the personal development. But something about that though is because the psychedelics and the spirituality can be very distracting to the personal development, especially if, because let me just tell you it straight, is that I had a fucking, like, one of my peak psychedelic experiences, or awakening, or so it seems, in quotes. It was an awakening. In my experience, I was like completely gone for so many hours, and I was like absolutely convinced that well, like, yeah, there was like, basically it was like some solipsism thing where like I was just everything, bruv. Like, I was literally infinity. I was literally God, and I just kept saying finally, finally, and like it was like the biggest breakthrough ever. And I've done like 130 trips in the past. But yeah, what I'm saying is this peak experience, like I literally was like controlling the world with my mind and stuff, like literally like telekinesis. And obviously, yeah, I was on like 12 grams of mushrooms, so you can say it's hallucination. I'm not making it up. It did happen. So you can say, oh, it was just the drugs if you want. But to me, it doesn't even matter if it's a chemical or not. Like, I literally experienced that shit in a way. And like, what I'm saying is, when that happens, it will blow the whole paradigm out of the water, where it's hard to relate in a way to. I don't want to just talk about the same shit, but again, like, I was just listening to David Goggins just dropped a podcast with Andrew Huberman. Or I'm just talking like general personal development. And basically, I mean, like, the psychedelics will just shatter the material paradigm. So that, like, you literally fucking, like, the whole dream just collapses. And you realise that you was just dreaming the whole time and shit like that. What if that was true? What if that was actually the case? Like, you couldn't help but kind of lose the plot a bit if that did actually happen. If you did actually realise that this was actually a dream, and that you was actually some like crazy infinite mind behind the scenes that was just dreaming everything. Because why do you assume that that's not the case? Or what do you think? What do you think then? What do you think it is then? Do you think it's bacteria, like just on a rock in space, and everything's just atoms on a rock? Or what is it then? Like, what about when you go to sleep and then you have a dream? What is that? Is that just the brain, is it? Is psychedelics just chemicals in the brain, is it? Is that the whole explanation? But regardless. Yeah, well, that's why I kind of feel like I fell off the personal development a bit. Probably, yeah, because of many reasons, but there is like this meaninglessness that comes with because you can take psychedelics, yeah, and it's like I really do warn kind of about psychedelics. Not really, like Mr. Nature would say, like, don't have any fear, and I agree. To be fair, fear is the only thing to fear. But I wasn't expecting it, man. Like, I do play into the spiritual stuff and that, but brother, I'm literally like led down, and I take 7 grams of shrooms, and I literally have a vision of like the sun starts beaming me like downloads, and I start downloading like telepathic insights, and then like everything shifts into like this new version of Earth that's all made out of light and shit, and it's like, and there's this one girl I met who I was pretty convinced that she was yeah, she was like a fucking robot thing. It's trippy, bro. That's what I'm saying. What am I on about? Literally, I met this girl, and we was in a group, and her energy seemed a bit off, yeah. And I was tripping hard, and I just got this download about this event that's going to happen where the sun, basically what it was is I realised on this mushroom trip, or so I thought, that the earth is like a living organism, and we're actually in, yeah, like some form of firmament kind of thing, where it's like, and I'm not saying this is inherently the case, I'm not saying that it doesn't go way up, but I don't know what I believe inherently, but it's that this is a purposely constructed bubble, and the sky is literally like watching us. It's like we're in a glass ball or some shit. It's not like some simulation. I know it's quite a relative thing, even if it was the case. It was quite new agey and starseedy and shit, but I'd never entertained none of that shit before. And that's what I mean. I just like went off into all these crazy ideas about like star seeds and shit. And I'd like before I was very, people liked my channel a lot because I had quite discernment. I was having these psychedelic experiences, but I was still very kind of grounded. And but the deeper I went into it, the more I just like, yeah, entertained more outlandish ideas before you just become incomprehensible to your past self and your tribe. What the fuck was I going on about? One sec. Oh yeah, but this one girl anyway. Yeah, I just it was stupid because yeah, this thing happens on psychedelics, to be fair, and this is the thing, is because this thing happens on psychedelics where it's right on the edge of how real is it? Because I ain't met. Because like basically what happened is I was having loads of synchronicities all day with this mushroom trip, and this girl had some very weird energy in this group of people. But I was telling this group of people about this vision I just received from the sky when I stared at the sun on 7 grams of mushrooms, and it like just started beaming me. Like I realised that there's some weird shit in the sky. It's like alive, and the sun has got like pure life force. I don't know, and this was what was supposedly happening to me. So I told this group of people this. So maybe that's why the girl seemed disturbed, because it's quite an outlandish story. But I was still raving and peaking on this dose. Anyway, they walked away, and I pulled out my phone, and I immediately got this video about this person saying about how people. It was on Instagram, so you should not be going on Instagram while you're tripping, and you shouldn't be walking around on such a big dose of shrooms. It's definitely not advised. But the video told me that some humans are not humans, and like some of them are from different alliances essentially, and like the way that I saw her is like she was bugging out when I was telling these people this information. And when I got that video, it was like another synchronicity, or so I thought. But the way it happened in the moment, it's like I knew. Because I'd completely shifted into this light dimension at this point already. And like, there's something so like weird about the mushrooms. It's like, bro, you can't comprehend it. So I'm not saying I want to believe it. Like, I'll take a bit of a Terence McKenna approach if you're familiar. I don't know what happens. I'm not like, don't like judge me in a sense. I know it's stupid, but what I'm saying is like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, bruv. That's the original point I brought it up is because I weren't, as you can see, the way I'm talking to shit, I weren't really ready for that in a sense. Like, I literally take a big dose of mushrooms, and then I just like dream this crazy shit, and I just completely go with this thing. And then normally what happens is about 6 hours later, you go, what? What happened? That's kind of how it goes. You're going with it, and like when you stop peaking, kind of like often I can be going with it loads. I'm raving, I'm in God consciousness shit, and then peaking on these psychedelics, and just as it starts to wear off, you're like, your vibration starts to come back to baseline, like what it normally is, etc. And often that's when the thoughts solidify again, back how they used to, and then doubt can come back in. Psychedelics are very confusing. So I don't know what the fuck the aim for this video was, or is. I'm probably gonna go in now because I need a drink. But look, it's psychedelics can get in the way of personal development, is what I was trying to say. I'm pretty sure that was kind of a decent conclusion. I don't know if that's. I'm pretty stoned. But yeah, it's you know, psychedelics are pretty deep. But honestly, if anyone really seriously pursues psychedelics a lot and properly and with the teachings, etc., and they actually have a deep kind of inspiration and passion, so to speak, for exploring consciousness and stuff via psychedelics, bro, it's so deep, bro. It's way too long. I don't know. To be fair, it hasn't got to be. It depends who you are, but look, it will literally blow your fucking mind. That's what I'm telling you. Basically, what am I telling you? Is I don't know what the fuck I set out to tell you originally, but the main theme ended up genuinely being is that I get personal development, and to be fair, there's no faith without works, etc. And personal development will always fit in. And we'll see. I'm thinking of, yeah. Actually, I was thinking just before I started shooting this. I know it's stupid, yeah, because I'm just talk. But honestly, bro, like, well, first of all, I'm doing a lot better than I used to do. When I was younger, I was fucked, bro. I had an abundance of mental health issues, bro, and it was dead. So I'm doing a lot better these days, right? I'd like to do a lot better, likely. I did go down the psychedelic rabbit hole, and that was important to me because there's something very real in there. And I referred to earlier David Goggins and the personal development scene and things, and I've said many times, see my video, What Hams Have Forgot, is these people do forget about the psychedelic thing, because that kind of is the edge of everything. And I'm not saying they're not valid, they are valid, in their own way, but there's more facets than just, because people don't look too far. They just kind of... It is quite groupthink, because a lot of these teachers are quite the same, and they're not wrong. But yeah, I was thinking I need to double down on the personal development, so I might just try and pursue personal development like full blast, regardless of what I believe, and just see what I can do, because I feel like that would help if I just went monk mode, so to speak. But I've said this many times, I just need to stop smoking weed. But yeah, I'm kind of at a bit of a standstill at the moment. I'm kind of going through a lot of shit, but I'll get there. Everything's sound really, but I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the sun not being out and stuff. It's quite profound to me how like half of the year there's just no sun. It's quite strange, especially recently. It definitely affects me. The sun, I've always loved the sun. I get a lot of good energy from the sun when it's out. I always have. I've never ever burned in my life either. I never got sunburned. But yeah, that's all I'm saying is that I was on the personal development thing, and it's good to be on the personal development, but I don't know what to think about it. But the psychedelics came with the personal development, and then like I was going with it. One day I took 7 grams, and I literally got trapped in hell for like ages. And like my experiences before that, I was seeing crazy geometry. I literally sat in my garden, and my fence literally melted in front of my eyes, and I was like 16 years old. And I wasn't even in that into it at that point, I remember. This was way before my YouTube. I'd done them for like a whole year, to be fair, yeah. Before I even started my YouTube channel, I was like 16. I was doing them loads, just like throughout the winter, I remember. I've been doing them for a long time, man. So cannabis and shrooms have played a huge role, like an unbelievable role in my life, to be honest. Which is likely why I'm like a lot of the way that I am now, potentially. But I need to quit weed, I think, because I think right now it does not serve a role right now. I like weed, but not always. I don't think it always has a place in every circumstance in your life, especially if shit's hitting a fan in terms of if you've got your shit together or not, which I don't know. Look, we'll see. But look, on my YouTube channel, I just kind of chat shit at this point in terms of I normally just turn on the camera, and I feel like because I've just been doing it for such a long time in a way that I just like all my videos are kind of like talking about the same thing. If you have, like I said at the beginning, if you've had the experience kind of similar to me of this psychedelic awakening sort of thing, a lot of people relate to me quite deeply. And I've met a lot of good people through my channel, so I'm happy I've done all this. But yeah, you could relate to me if you know what the fuck I'm going on about, and if you've been through a similar experience. But that's like the kind of the main thing is like I just hope that anyone who like slightly resonates or can relate to what I'm going through, like maybe I can help in a sense, if anyone else even actually exists. You know, hopefully I can just be an example of whatever happens, and I hope to be the best I can be. I want a good story. That's what I deeply actually really want. In terms of this whole thing, do I want personal development? Do I want spiritual awakening or whatever? Like, I want probably a mix of it. And like, if everything's inevitable, and who's to say maybe it's written in the since the get-go that you will win? Who's to say? You know, maybe the highest love is that for you to take action and to find motivation, etc. I don't know. I have a funny feeling that society is going to be swept off his feet soon. Anyway, in a sense, I'm not sure, but I shouldn't lean on that, of course. But yeah, I think it's my duty to just kind of like be better. That's kind of what I want to be. I just want to be better every day. But yeah, yeah. So like my last video, I was like, oh damn, 2024 is gonna be my year, bro. But I literally after that I binge ate like loads of sugar for like loads of days straight, loads of biscuits. That was like I rarely do that, bro. I know what an L that is. To me, that's a big L. Maybe I'm just burning through my karma, but yeah, that's the tricky thing to me. Is all the spirituality is good to me, but if I'm still eating sugar every day, bro, and like junk food, you're gonna feel like shit. So I don't know what it is about me keeps fucking puzzling over. Like it's like the main topic of my channel these days. This kind of contrast in this personal development with the spirituality and things, and these different public intellectuals. But yeah, I think my channel is not awfully popular. I don't really try to make it too popular these days. I'll probably kick it up soon. A lot of that reason is just due to like it's a kind of a reflection of my life. Like I don't really have an awful lot of like structure in terms of like I won't be editing much these days. I mean, I could do, but I just want to upload quick videos. And I feel like if an improvement comes, then an improvement will come and we'll see it. But right now, this is what I'm just going to be keeping up with, in a sense, is just dropping in with videos here and there, and I just want to kind of vlog like whatever. It's kind of just become like a personal vlog. You know, spirituality is very important to me. You know, like I'm working a lot with this conscious rapper community now. Michael DeSalza, Ryan Sanders, myself, and then we've got quite a community, and the community is very important to me. So I'm here a lot for the community. Not that a lot of people give a fuck inherently. I feel like hopefully I'll improve, and I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna quit weed now. That's that last little bit now that was my final joint. I saved a little bit, but yeah, that was I thought I'd have my final zoot with you guys. So that was the final zoot smoke talk, and so yeah, hopefully now. So hold me to my word. I'll quit this weed, and normally I feel a lot sharper and a lot cleaner, a lot more stable without the weed, etc. The weed will stop disconnecting me from where I've gotten, in a sense, because it tends to do that. You go in like such a deep relaxation that you just completely forget your whole life. You just wake up like mad, like just empty. I definitely find weed a medicine, in a sense, but yeah, I think that everything on my channel is just whatever, bro. Like I talk about spirituality. I talk about, I was just a young lad, you know, I liked fucking a few video games, Rubik's Cubes and shit. I never really liked school that much, just fuck around with my mates. I used to like watching Prison Break and shit when I was really young, and Minecraft or whatever. And what I'm telling you this because I was just going through the motions. I liked Balaton knives at one point, or butterfly knives. There was loads of different kind of hobbies like that. And then yeah, I just started taking shrooms when I was in my teens, and what really kept happening, bro? That was it, man. It's just the shrooms, bro. It's just infinite perception, bro. You take them shrooms, you lay down in the dark, you literally will transport through some fucking crazy tunnel, and it will like rewire your brain physically. So it's no joke, bro. It's I don't know what to make of it. You literally astral travel, but to the point, yeah. When I'm talking about the conflict of awakening and personal development, awakening is literally like when you the main thing actually is synchronicity. If you haven't experienced synchronicity, then this is why you don't really understand my channel very much these days, especially. It might take a while to get there in terms of psychedelic awakening. It took me about 130 mushroom trips over about 2.5 years. Plus listening to a lot of the intellectual stuff, loads of podcasts and talks around the subject, and just being super interested and passionate about the psychedelic reality exploiting, or whatever it is, the loophole. But yeah, eventually you have experiences that are so radical that because again, I say now, you don't have to look far. You right now, you're sat where, in a chair watching this YouTube video, you've hit the like button, you smash subscribe, obviously. How are you even inside that body, bro? Like, where are you even looking from, in a sense? Is there a watcher? Who's watching, bro? That's the question. If you get it, you get it. It's right on the edge of the language, and I know it's stupid, but yeah, look, I hope to kind of just go ham with the personal development, because it would be cool. Yeah, so I want a happy ending. So regardless of if God is love, regardless of if I'm God, or regardless of anything ever, I just want a happy ending for all the real souls out there, bro. I want to witness and be a part of the best story. And what I really want is if you understand the kind of stick without me going on too long, is that the ultimate happy ending, I feel, the way I want it to go, is that I am actually the ultimate Godhead, and that I am everything, and that there's no difference between voluntary and involuntary events or happenings. In reality, there's no difference between internal and external. Inner and outer world are exactly the same. All is a dream within God's mind. I am doing everything. Story is somewhat predetermined in a sense. I want it all to be used for the highest good. I want infinite love to be the ultimate truth. I want the ebbs and the flows and the ups and the downs to be ultimately meaningful. Though not inherently, like it can be meaningless, but ultimately that comes full circle and becomes meaningful in terms of I've experienced and I've felt the warmth on psychedelics. I've experienced infinite love many times, and what I want to be true is the pinnacle of wishful thinking. That's what I want. I want to really know. I want to feel and be the whole thing all at once, in complete omnipotence, all-knowing at the pinnacle of the Godhead. That's not inherently, I don't want to project into the future, because I want to have a fulfilling life. And when you're in alignment, that's what you want. So the main thing for me recently, I realise a lot, is just be in alignment, and things come to you when you're in alignment. I've been in a very kind of acidic, toxic, uncomfortable state in my body. I haven't been exercising an awful lot, and I'm not very in alignment recently. But when I was fasting and when I wasn't smoking weed, I was very in alignment. So become familiar with the states of being in and out of alignment. Joe Rogan calls it being in the right frequency. He said mushrooms gave him an insight of when he does all the good habits, that he's in the right frequency, so to speak. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I just hope to have a good story, and I want to figure it out. I want to have a good life here on earth. I want to know the Godhead, just to know the absolute truth, and stop having to second guess and doubt myself. I just want to know what is the truth, because the thing is about personal development. This is the loophole, is I understand that, but what about the existential thing? Because, like, you're doing this personal development, yeah, you got to be better, and I get it, because I'm just being a loser, talking here from my degenerate position, kind of, because I haven't really personal developed an awful lot, and I've been eating junk food, I've been slacking, so I'm not really a top geezer at the minute, but I hope to get there. But the thing is, yeah, it's because, like, personal development fails to see the timeless void. That's the thing, because it's like giving you this paradigm, but it's like, hold on a second, bro. What do you think the Buddhists are going on about? And I'm not saying personal development doesn't hold a place, but it's like, I think it just depends if you do too many psychedelics. Well, it depends who you are. It depends about your attitude. Your experience is your attitude. But it is kind of true, bro, because you're doing this personal development, yeah, and you're pretending that it means anything, and it does, because your life can be shit without it. But do you know what I mean? I just mean, how the fuck have you ended up in this position now? How did you even get into this body? That's what I'm talking about. Well, did you choose to have this happen to you? And what can happen once can happen again. Can it, or can it not? What do you think? Does it matter what you think? Are you your thoughts? Are you the witness? Do you even exist? Well, is there a self? What is there other? Is there other? It's like, bro, I get the personal development thing, but at the same time, you're just like timeless consciousness. And one of the main things that I just the main points I repeat is, well, one, the psychedelic experience. If you do it properly, not with your friends at a club, you do it in the dark, a big dose of mushrooms, right? You don't know shit if you haven't done that. I know that sounds very naive, but yeah, two, my brain is not even working, bro. And dreaming, when you go to sleep, and then you just fucking have like loads of experiences in one night, and you just literally, like, what the fuck even is that, bruv? It's consciousness, that's what it is. Wake the fuck up. Alright, I'm out of here. That's an update from OXSN, mate. At early 2024. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and unity. Helping the community. Love. OXSN. Peace out.